So today's discussion topic is the basics of management. Okay, because this subject, particularly a subject related to the production management, so we should know today what is management. Okay, so management is basically a process of managing things. Okay, so what is managing things? Managing things means getting things done. Okay, so what is getting things done? Again, another question is there. There must be an objective. Okay, objective must be determined by the promoter or the owner of the business or the organization. Okay, and every effort of the organization is aimed at achieving that objective. Okay, so there must be an objective, and how to achieve that objective, that is the main goal of management. We can define management in different ways. So management is an art of getting things done. It is an art or process of getting things done. The main goal is to achieve the objective. Okay. So how to go through this process? A manager must undergo certain steps, or we can say this as the process of management. Process or functions of management. So main thing is here is objective. Keeping in mind the objective, one means that the manager has to take different steps, and these steps are basically the various functions undertaken by the management. Okay. So first process is, or step one is, that is planning. So what is planning? The basic concept is plan. Plan is the future course of action. Okay. So plan means the future course of action. So first the manager should plan for the work to be undertaken. Okay. So planning is done keeping in mind the various factors influencing the organization. The external factors and also the internal factors are considered to make a plan. Okay. So there are different types of plans, like the policies, programs, strategies, rules, regulations. So one has to keep in mind different things, and accordingly plans are made. Plan is the future course of action, and that plans to be executed. So first thing is here, plan your work, then work out your plan. Okay. So planning is the process of determination or formation of various plans, that may be policies, programs, rules, regulations and strategies in order to make things done. Okay. In the second step, so in planning, normally manager has to keep in mind the different ranges of plan. According to the time frame, we can divide the time frame into three parts or three groups, like short term plans, and medium term plans and long term plans. Again, plans can be also the routine plans and strategic plans. Okay, routine plans are made to manage the business day-to-day basis. Okay, routine works. And the strategic plans are normally made keeping in mind the organizational survival, growth and development. Okay, how to survive in a rapidly changing business environment, and how to make growth, because business is always just like you are playing with fire. Okay, if we manage the business properly, then we can proceed. Otherwise, at any moment one can be thrown out of the business if the various factors are not considered. Okay. So in planning, normally plans are prepared, and next phase is how to execute these plans. Okay. Next is organizing. So what is organizing? From organizing. First thing, in a plan, how to achieve the objective is determined, or a course of action is prescribed. Then we need resources. How to organize these resources? So organizing is a process of formation of organization. What is organization? Organization is a framework within which various activities are undertaken by the management to achieve the organizational goal. So basically, how to form the organization. Okay. In organizing process, first step is finding out the various activities. Finding various activities. Right. So finding of various activities, that means define and determine the various activities to be undertaken for accomplishment of the plans to achieve the objective. Okay. So first thing, the various tasks. So what are the activities? Activities are the tasks or job to be undertaken in different sections of a business. So by finding out the activities, analyzing the activities, then next thing is grouping the activities so that departments can be created. Okay, grouping of the activities. So departments are created. Then the sections, subsections, etc. are normally determined or established according to the various activities. So activities are tasks. In planning organizing process, activities are defined and determined. In the next, activities are analyzed. In the third step, these activities are classified. Classification of activity, then creation of departments, sections, divisions, etc. Actually, in small size organizations, we will find very less number of departments, divisions, but in medium and large organizations, there are large number of, and accordingly, the organizational structure is determined. Organizational structure normally, sometimes simple structure is followed, sometimes a complex structure according to the scale of operation. If scale of operation is large, then a complex size organization structure, and we can, or one can know the overview the total organization from the organizational chart. That is not the organization chart. So in organizing process, the organization is formed, finding the activities, dividing the activities, formation of groups, departments. Then finally the positions are also created. Positions created means the particular job positions are created. Okay, so that a person when assigned to a particular job, he or she can be do the work to achieve the objective. Okay. Third process is that is staffing. In step 3 or step process 3, the staffing. Staffing is simply nothing, an activity of mending the position. Mending the position means when in organizing process positions are created. The last part positions are created. Positions are created. Okay. And staffing is the process of placing right people in the right position in the organization in order to execute the tasks assigned to the various positions. Okay. The staffing function is normally in a small size organization. There is no separate HR department, but in medium and large size organizations there are a separate department that is known as human resource department, HR department, which looks after this function. So these functions include the various activities of HR or manpower planning, job analysis, then recruitment, selection, placement, and induction, training and development, salary administration, etc. Okay. So what is manpower planning? Manpower or HR, human resource planning. Human resource planning. Planning normally first step here or main goal is to how to provide right people in the right time in the right position. Okay. Then here first we have to take a manpower inventory. What is inventory? Means the stock taking. How much people are available in the organization? What is required? Finding the gap. Then taking separate steps or different steps in order to just fill the vacancy. Okay. So for this job analysis is required. This job analysis is a process of just analyzing the job from two perspectives. First, what is the job? The content of the job. Content of job. What could be done? That is normally analyzed or undertaken by this job analysis process so that we can know the various content and context of the job and the specific qualities or specification of qualities and skills required to perform the job. Normally two documents are prepared here. First document is known as job description, and second document, this one is known as job specification. In job description analyzes the job and various content of the job so that one can know what qualities are required to do the job. And job specification specify the qualities and abilities and skills required to perform the job. Accordingly, recruitment policy is undertaken. Recruitment is simply the process of attracting large number of prospective candidates to apply for the job of the company. Okay. So, in recruitment process, normally a reservoir or pool of job applications are created so that one can get right person for their company or the job. Okay, so so that one can get the right person to execute that job. So in this process, normally in the recruitment process, large number of sources has to be identified. From which source one can just one is going to select or recruit persons. Okay, so there are different sources. Internal sources are there, external sources are there, and in internal normally the internal employees can be promoted to a higher position, and in external source we can hire people from the external sources like the market, sometimes campus drive, sometimes some job consultants are there from which one can get the specialty, and also in government sector, government agencies are also there, like the employment exchanges, state level, district level employment exchanges are there, so that we can choose or we can get the sources idea from the for getting the particular. Next step is selection. In selection, actually, recruitment is a positive process. Okay, because here large number of prospects are attracted to the company to apply for the jobs. Whereas selection process is rather it is the process of getting the best candidate from the various applicants already applied for job in the recruitment process. So it is a positive process, recruitment. Whereas selection is a negative process. We rather say this is a process of rejection. Why? The large number of applicants are rejected from the to get the best one. Okay. There is no such uniform process to be followed in different companies to select people. There is actually a generalized process is provided, like screening of application, then various tests are conducted, different types of aptitude tests, performance test, ability test, intelligence test, and according to actually the selection process is different from companies to company, organization to organization, and accordingly as per the requirement of the organization, selection process are followed. Okay, so in selection process, final step is the recommendations. The selection committee recommends the selected candidate for appointment. Okay, so after that, the newly recruit appointment order is given, and that person which is normally recruited, placement, that is placement. So placement is a process of placing the selected person to the right position, to the right department, to the right division. Okay, and induction or orientation is a process, a part of the process of socialization process. What is socialization process? Actually, every company, every organization is a mini society. We know in a society large number of variety of people from different backgrounds, education, language, economic setup are normally working organizations. That's why various organizations are also known as mini societies. So how to work with the various members of this mini society, that process induction or orientation enables a new entrant. So here the thing is introducing the person to the organization, and an organization is introduced to that person. Okay, that means interdependency relationship. That new entrant has to be a part of the organization, and he has to work in the organization. He should know the various physical environment, the culture, the other setup in the organization, so that he can work comfortably, and he will get satisfaction. That is very important. Job satisfaction and performance, which is directly related to our organizational productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness that relates to the profitability of the organization. So this is the induction process or orientation process. After that, another thing is training and development. Training and development means sometimes what happens, it is essential for the new entrants and also the existing employees to acquaint themselves to perform the job perfectly. Okay. So training and development, actually these two words, training and development. Training word is normally used for non-managerial persons, and development word is used for the managerial people, particularly same meaning. That means it is a process of imparting knowledge, skill, so that a participant in the training program can perform the work properly, which enable him to improve his efficiency, productivity, and he will contribute more towards the evolution. There are actually various types of trainings, like on-the-job training, and off-the-job training. Okay, on-the-job, that means training is imparted to an employee while he is working in a real job situation. Okay, so there are different methods of on-the-job training. Sometimes the newly entrants are placed as assistant to a senior or experienced person. Another is probation time. Newly entrant is given as a probation period, and within that period she has to learn while working in a real job situation. Sometimes training is imparted by experts in the real job situation. Okay. Similarly, off-the-job situation training is just opposite. Okay. Taking out of the job up to of an employee, and the training is imparted in another place. Sometimes a training center, and sometimes there is some specialized institutions to which the employees are normally sent, and some of the methods are, one is your lectures method. Trainer has to give lecture or on a particular specific training object or training subject. Okay, and then sometimes there is two-way communication among the trainee and trainer. Okay, trainees can ask questions to clarify some aspects, so that the trainer just gives the answer and satisfy their queries. Okay, lectures method. Another method is management game. So what is management game? Normally this type of training is imparted to the managerial persons. Okay. Sometimes there are two groups. It's just like your games. There are two groups. Each one is given a situation of a case study, and each of the group has to provide as many solutions as possible to a given problem in a case. And every group or each group try to give the best solution to a given problem. Right? So in a management game, normally a lot of ideas are generated. How to solve the real life situation in order to make the operations a streamlined operation, and in order to solve the various routine problems, along with that to solve the some contingencies that will be faced by the organization. Right? Management games. Another is your sometimes what happens, T group or sensitive training. Another method is conference method. Training is imparted just like in a conference. Each of the participant has to place their idea before the experts. Okay, and they have to also clarify. So the trainer provides a case, and a trainee has to solve this, and he has to present before the experts. Okay, so that every person can also comment on the solution provided by the trainee. So in this process, normally every trainee has got a chance to improve their skill to solve different problems. Okay, so large number of other methods are also there. By the course of time, we will discuss other things. And another staffing function includes the salary or wages administration. Okay, how to determine wage first thing for different categories of employees, and how to provide salary so that wages and salary administrations normally follows different policies, that is known as your salary policy or wages policy. So one of the method of wage determination is that is equitable wage structure. So what is equitable wage structure? That means equitable means the prevailing wage structure in the industry. If it is to be provided, then the employees can be retained. Actually, every organization manual is to how to retain a best employee. Okay, so he has to be given proper salary, other incentives, so that he can perform the work properly. So in that case, the equitable wage structure, that means in the industry what is the prevailing structure for a particular position, and that to be followed in the organization also. So in wages salary administration, another part is, apart from providing financial incentives, sometimes non-financial incentives are also provided by companies, like various welfare schemes, like your leave travel allowance, and another is housing allowance, medical allowance, and other benefits. These benefits are given